Yeah, here we go. What's good, YouTube world? What is the deal? Y'all already know where y'all tuned into. Y'all are in the battlegrounds of sports talk. Welcome into the sports booth, as this is DFW Sports Raps. Y'all know, y'all see the background, y'all see the decor. We go up for everybody in the DFW. So it's been a heartbreaker a little bit today to start it off, as we're trying to watch the stars and shake off this little feeling that we got, as we are live game day with the stars, as they are playing back to back. So no, this is not no repeat, y'all. You know, this is the second go round. Stars on the back to back. The Mavericks, they'll be on the back to back as well, as they play tomorrow. We'll talk about them coming up in here. Of course, I got some Cowboy talk. Your man Stephen Jones, aka Cap Boy. Cap Boy done, broke his beat, broke his silence today. We'll go over what my man Nick Harris for the Dallas Cowboys writes over that what they got their input from Stephen Jones in it. And like I said, we're live game night again with the Dallas Stars. Trying to see if they can shake a W, man. Talking about the Mavericks, let's jump into them real quick, man. Before I jump into some Cowboy talk, man. The Mavericks, that game hurt big time. Mavs end up falling to the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, 121-119, man. And if you didn't see that game, man, I hated that we lost, but that game was probably top two of being game of the year this year. I can say that's like top two game this year. That game had everything you needed in it. And it came down to the final shot. Unfortunately, the Mavs end up having to take the brunt end of this, being on the losing side, as they lose 121-119 in a game where any team that makes 23s in an NBA game, they normally blow their opponent out. But for the Cavs, they take 23s and they needed every last one of them to the last second, because that's what took them. What's that dude name? Man, I forgot his name, but dude went hard on us today. He went real hard on us today, and it sucked. It sucked. You listeners, what's up now? What's up? I see y'all joining up in the chat. What's good? There you go. Max Struss. Man, it was ridiculous. This dude had 21 points, and all of them came off of three-pointers, including the game winner. And I mean, they could not miss from three. They were 50% from the three, and they shot 40 times from three. I mean, it was just one of them games, man. We couldn't do nothing about it. They just hit threes, man, and that's what killed the Mavericks. Although you go back and look at that game, the Mavericks really played a clean game. They really should have won that game. They really should have had a foul called at the end of the game when P.J. Washington basically went for the go-ahead lead in the game. That should have been an and one, but that didn't get called, and then Max Struss does his thing and puts us out of our misery. And I mean, he hit nothing but net from like the other side of the free throw line. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? What's good, man? We got some talk up in here about some Cowboys talk for sure. Cap Boy didn't talk today. He didn't elaborate, he didn't go too much deep into details, but he did do some things, as I will be breaking down some of the article my man Nick Harris did for the Dallas Cowboys. Make sure y'all check him out. But we're gonna be breaking down what he talked about. But I'm still trying to get over this loss, man, against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And what sucks is it's been hard for us to beat them this year. They have really had the Mavericks numbers. And now you're looking at it, Luka put up 45. I think he had 27 in the first half. Luka came out strong, man. He came out strong. Bro, you sound just like my big bro. When I told him I'm getting ready to do the show and all that stuff, he said, man, fuck Cap Boy. And in those exact same words, my bro was like, man, fuck Cap Boy. He talking about he want Cap Boy to sell the team. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, man. Come on now. I understand y'all are mad, but give us some time. When summertime come around and it get 100 degrees out here, Y'all know what it is. Ulysses, yeah, talking about this Maverick game. Josh Green got fouled, but PJ Washington, that should have been an and one. Like I said, he should have went to the free throw line for a chance to go up 3 or possibly get the rebound and basically end the game. But what can you really say about that game? The only thing I can say is the Mavericks got to get better at the perimeter of defending the perimeter. When you have Luka, Kyrie, and Tim Hardaway Jr. out there all on the court at the same time, it's going to be a liability on the perimeter being defensive-wise or whenever they switch up. And like I say, man, as much as I want to nitpick on the Mavs, I don't think they had more than 5 turnovers this game. I don't think they got out-rebounded. Cleveland just hit 23s. Out of 40, they hit 23s. Ain't nothing you can do. And they really got lucky. Donovan Mitchell hit an old lucky bank shot 3. He hit a lucky bank shot 3. Oh, my gosh. When that went into the bank, I was like, man, this might just be their night, bro. I mean, they literally hit 7. I think they hit 7 threes in the span of 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. They just couldn't miss from 3. That's what really, really hurt. Really hurt. I want Cowboy fight. Y'all give it some time, man. Y'all give it some time. Let time heal itself. Before anything, all new people that's joining in, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe and notification bell. You want to get all your feed for what's up for DFW Sports, man. I got the bars and I got the flavors for you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out my videos. If you ever getting sick and you like, man, I can't stand the Cowboys, but then you got that itch for football season, check down the videos. Check down the video section, man. I got what you need, man. I'm trying to look forward to going to a Mavericks game here pretty soon. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to finagle that because I believe I only got one in me before I hit up these Texas Rangers. So that's how we're going for sure. Jumping back on the Mavs Ulysses said before the game, I said either LeVert or Strauss was going to have a good game. And I mean, look, 23s, and like he said, Max, 21 points, and all of them were threes. And then your last one was from other free throw line, bottom of the net, just wet. A lot of people got mad at Luka immediately, talk about, he didn't do a good enough job. But I'm like, damn, bro, I mean, he did as good as what he could do. He did as good as what he could do. He did as good as what he could do without fouling, because it would have been pointless to foul him. He said, where was Hardaway today? Hardaway was, like I say, when he's hitting shots, he's on. But I think he got ate up so bad on the defensive end, man. And like I said, Jason Kidd is going to have to figure that out. You cannot have Luka, Kyrie, and Tim Hardaway Jr. out there on the floor at the same time for a long period of time. I understand that's a lot of scoring power right there, but you're going to give up a lot of scoring. And that's exactly what ended up happening. You get the switches played out, and Hardaway was getting ate up on, or, they get up on Kyrie. Luka can do his thing when necessary, but, and speaking of Luka, even though he put up 45 points, my man did get his 13 technical today. So he on that borderline where he get him a few more, he going to end up getting suspended. So this is something that we got to handle with Luka in-house about. I don't know how we're going to do that with him, but this is something that we're going to have to do. But I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. This game right here should take center stage of all sports talk tomorrow going in. This game was intoxicated, drunk, and wasted. All the above. This game was crazy, and I just couldn't believe that the Mavericks lost on that end. I was already upset that we didn't get the N1 call, but I'm like, okay, we still gonna come out with the win. And then this dude grab it. When he let that thing go, I was like, bro, he liable to make this thing. And he swished it. Broke all Mavericks' hearts. So now we sitting here. I mean, the Rangers did beat on the Diamondbacks today in spring training. I think they won, 8-2, 8-4, something like that. In the words of St. Louis on Players Club, do something to make me feel. Well, that's not Monsters Ball. If you know about this Players Club, then you know about the Players Club. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. But Luka, bro, if it wasn't for Luka doing what he did in the first half, they would have got blown out. Like I say, you hit 23s, you're supposed to get blown out. And the Mavs are sitting in the 8th seed right now, but they're not too far still from that 5th seed. That 5th to 9th, that 9 to 5, 5 to 9, it's tight. It's tight. It's real tight. You ain't got time for a losing streak. And I think for the for the Mavericks, them going forward, this was a game that they needed because I can see them trying to rest some people. How long are the suspensions after the 16 takes? Just a game suspension. I think it's a game suspension, and then once they get to like another amount, it goes about more. But yeah, man, Luka gotta calm his head. He said we could be the Wizards. No, we could not be. But y'all done actually had some people come through there, though. Y'all done actually had some talent go through the Washington. It's just for some odd reason, I don't know what to say. Stars are down 2-1 right now. They started the game with the youngster Logan Stankoven got his second goal in the NHL debut. Stars down 3-1. Jake Ottinger been getting taken out of the goal for a little. He been getting taken out of the net a little bit too many times. This time it didn't have nothing to do with him being out the net. This was just a great shot. Avalanche. The Avs are up 3-1 in the second period right now with 12:31 left. There's 4 stars and 4. It was 4. They were shorthanded. Well, they weren't shorthanded, but we had 4 stars down there, and nothing could happen. Jake Ottinger just got handed to. That hurts. Also, the inbounds pass that got turned over with Hardaway and Kyrie as a possession that, yeah. And it was one of those where I'm like, bruh, Kyrie, this is where I know you fasting. You kind of tripping right there, bro. That boy had a lapse moment. But, give Kyrie his credit. He still battled back and he still got you 30 points. He still battled back. He battled back and got you 30 points. But you're right. As soon as that turnover happened, that gave Max life, and he took it up to extreme levels. It's rare that you see a game like that where not only does somebody shoot 100% from the field. Damn, again. Avs just put up 2 goals in 50 seconds as they are smashing the Stars 4-1 with 12:02 left in the second period. This don't make no damn sense. Well, for the Metroplex, we ain't getting no sleep tonight. The Stars are right now on a bad trend, too. They're on a bad trend. Which done by Ulysses, if I'm not mistaken, Luka got suspended. Yeah. Both years, actually. Both years. It was both years. Where they went to the Western Conference and last year. So it's one of those. What up, big bro? Yeah, man. Unfortunately, I was hoping the Stars was gonna give your boy a little relief, but They done went to Mile High City and they getting hung out to dry up there. They getting hung out to dry. So bad night for Dallas sports so far. Said don't give us props. The Wizards suck. You say it. You say it. You said it. But closing my chapter on the Mavericks tonight, man, that game. I think Jason Kidd, I don't know, he shouldn't even had the timeouts that he had down the stretch, because when dudes are hitting threes like that, I'm trying to call good enough timeouts in between time to, you know what I'm saying, figure something out. But that's not what was happening. He held on to him and they came to work out to his benefit. But at the same time, I'm looking at it. His job is on the line. He's got to make this work. He's got to make this work. And I believe this is a team that has great talent. Bro, you were to tell me that the Cavs were going to hit 20 threes in this game, bro, then I tell you that the Mavericks getting their ass whooped. But that's not what happened. It took a last-second shot for it to happen. Mavs have improved. Mavericks have improved. They just got to figure it out and put all the pieces together. This is another thing when you make moves within the season and stuff like that. This is still a lot of things that Jason Kidd is going to have to really lose a lot of sleep about. Him and the staff going to have to really lose a lot of sleep about to figure out what's working for him. Like I said, you cannot be playing Luka, Hardaway, and Kyrie cannot be on the floor that long together like that, because otherwise you're giving up a lot of points. You just can't defend the perimeter like that. So I look for them to try to do, you're going to have to, it's going to be sleepless nights. You're going to have to figure it out. And speaking of tonight, you're going to have to get on that plane and go across the border and go to Toronto and see if you can snap this loser streak, because you was on 7 straight. Now all of a sudden y'all done sip that Dallas Cowboy Kool-Aid, because once the national media start talking about y'all and start actually giving y'all propers, all of a sudden y'all start doing this. It's unfortunate. But like I said, Luka gave you all what he could do. Just another point. I think his 40th, this I can't remember how many games he has in his career with 40 points and so many assists, but Luka's being Luka. If they can just somehow play consistently and get enough stops on defense, they'll be all right. Luka can get an MVP, but he got to get to that 5th seed. If the Mavs can get to the 5th seed and Luka can continue to do what he do, that's MVP. They'll be MVP. Come on, Stars. Y'all gotta get y'all one here. Y'all gotta shake out of it and y'all gotta get y'all one. Y'all gotta get it. Jake Ottinger looked like he ain't got it today. Oh, you want to talk about it? Might as well, huh? Everybody done got that swoop. So Stephen Jones, man, let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. I wouldn't even say real quick. Let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of the today. And like I said, man, make sure you follow the man, Nick Harris, for sure, as he does great work. He does great work for the Dallas Cowboys, man. This is his article off DallasCowboys.com, but he went into it, and then first thing to talk about discussion, it was about Dak Prescott's extension. So y'all want to go ahead and read it? Let's go ahead and throw it up there. Where he talked about, this is where he feels, as like I said, this is from my man Nick Harris. Y'all might not be able to see everything, but I'll be able to read it to y'all for sure. But he said Jones was private about any negotiations with Dak Prescott and his team regarding the contract extension, but was adamant that the franchise absolutely wants to extend their starting quarterback. Like I've been trying to tell y'all, Dak Prescott, you're kind of stuck with him, but he's good for them. Maybe not for y'all, but he's good for them. But they want to get something done. He also says the Cowboys are currently set to take on the $59 million cap hit going into the final season of his contract unless they can extend him and spread that money out across future years. If a deal does not get done, he said that there are ways for the franchise to adjust his cap number, but with the intention remains to get his deal done. That's the last sentence. So, yeah, they can go all in. Yeah, they can go all in. Y'all get enough of reading that? Yeah, they can go all in. They don't have to extend him this year. They can move around some money of this last year of his contract, and then they can come back to the table and do something. But I just think regardless what happens, you might as well extend. It's better to extend him now than to extend him later, I feel. But according to Cap Boy, it's not to say when they will get an extension done, but they're willing to take the cap hit of $59 million this year, but he's also willing to extend Dak Prescott at the same time. So, does that kind of say something, to everybody up in here? I know y'all didn't. Everybody who don't ride with Dak, I understand. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel when you hear Stephen Jones makes a comment like that, basically saying, look, he is committed to Dak Prescott. I just think he's feeling that it's a lot extra on the table right now that they can actually deal with and get out the way. If you feel you're going to have Dak Prescott and you're going to keep him as your quarterback, then yeah, you don't have to worry about extending him this year. You can go ahead and get other people up out the way. With the salary cap going up, that actually helped them out even much more. It helped them out much more. So now there you go. A lot of people were saying he's not getting extended. Yeah, so it's possible y'all are right. He's just not getting extended probably this year. But Stephen Jones wants to keep him in the fold, man. He wants to keep him in the fold. You think so? You think so? Or he just being Cap Boy? Now he also did, he goes on to mention more. Here's your reasons why you can understand why Dak Prescott might not get extended. This article coming from a man, Nick Harris. Make sure y'all follow him for sure. But he also talks about the extensions with CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. And the sentiment remained that, from Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, regards to addressing potential extensions this offseason with CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons, did echo that they would extend those players to no surprise. He did identify that it's tough for the front office to sign a large group of players to second contracts, but it seems as though it's more of a good problem when looking at Lamb's and Parsons' potential to reset the markets at their position, respective position groups. The record salary cap bump will also serve as a benefit toward the Cowboys getting those deals done in an efficient manner. So, like I said, the salary cap going up really, really gave them a little good extra leeway room to mess with. Gave them a little wiggle room where they're not so much in a panic to be crunching numbers right now. So that's kind of where you can kind of see it. They want to go ahead and they're trying to get ahead of the curve right now. Anything about Stephen Jones, he wants to keep his own players. He like his homegrown players. He will rather pay them than to be paying a lot of outside guys in. And to say I can't say it's wrong, and I can't say it's been fully successful, but nonetheless, he has had more successful seasons than in recent past. So take that for how you want to get that right there. Back. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Internet had it's trippy. We gonna talk about that here sooner than later. Getting tired of this happening with, you pay a lot of money and, these folks. But you're saying, a lot of teams did get benefit about having the salary cap. Eagles got 60 million, but they got a lot of things that they got to figure out as well, too. But I'm just saying, as I agree with a lot of y'all, when I'm starting to agree with a lot of y'all that they do not have to extend Dak Prescott right now, but it's just going to help them better in the long run, the quicker and sooner that they can get this done. That's truly what I believe. You can say he blowing smoke. He could be lying. He could be capping. That's why he called Cap Boy. He could be capping, but, I don't know. Oh, snap. So Nick Harris also goes into detail of what's going on, especially with the conversations that's going on within the walls of the Star in Frisco. He's also saying, we also talked about this yesterday about the free agents that we knew we had a lot of free agents that was pending. You see, we got 16 of them starting March 13th, which is about a couple of weeks away. There'll be a lot of names that's up for grabs. Tony Pollard, we had the news yesterday that he wouldn't be tagged. In Nick's article, he did say Jones was complimentary of his 23 season and said he's the type of player you would want in your organization, but that we'll just have to see where the business falls. So, damn. Bro, Stars getting hurted. 5-1 Avs over the Stars. Good Lord. Good Lord. Back to the subject at hand. So we did talk about, what would you be willing to offer Tony Pollard or anything if the price was right? Especially you want to basically pay him. You don't want to pay him. $8 million would be the most, but I'd actually try to go lower than that. But that's kind of what you get. For Tyron Smith, Jones said that there's no team that thinks more of him in his future Hall of Fame status than the Dallas Cowboys, and that they plan to sit down with him to see what it looks like to keep him in Dallas. So basically, it just depends on how much money is he willing to take. He'll be still around, not practicing, doing all that type of stuff. But, when he's out there healthy enough, you're going to get, that Hall of Fame caliber type of tackles. He's saying less was basically said and offered about Stephon Gilmore, but Jones once again was complimentary of what he brought to the defense in 2023, and that he's a good example of what they like both on and off the field for their team. So what most likely might happen is they might just go ahead and, since Blandon came up strong, you're most likely going to see Jordan. It's a high possibility you're going to see Jordan Lewis come back. That's what that kind of sounds like to me. Tyron Smith gone? Nah. They're going to do everything in his power. Stephen Jones basically just said they're going to do everything in his power to bring him back. When he said that no team thinks about his Hall of Fame future status more than the Dallas Cowboys. And they're willing to do whatever to keep Tyron in the fold. And that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I hope they will, but they're just in a funk right now because the Stars, they luckily done got out winning a lot of games early, but in their last 6, they're 1-5. They're 1-5, so it's a little, and they're hurt right now. They got a lot of injuries going on, so that's kind of where I'm nervous at right now. They jumped out to a good spot, but they're not healthy right now. Some things going against them right now, so I'm hoping that they bounce back, and I'm looking forward to them bouncing back. I feel that. Now, Nick Harris goes also into what Stephen Jones was talking about. We got more talking about, the contracts that you got coming up. You're looking at Diggs, and not even contracts, but you're looking at players in particular, what they're looking big for. You got Trayvon Diggs and Demarion Overshown. Now you're trying to see what can they be like coming out of their respective injuries, as both of them are rehabbing from ACL injuries. It sucks that you have that. They got even more people up on there, but these are dudes that they feel that are going to be back ready for training camp. More what Stephen Jones is saying. I don't want to say he believes it, but he's optimistic that Diggs and Overshown is going to make a comeback, at least by training camp, which will be tremendously big. That would be tremendously big because you're in a new defensive scheme, new defense coordinator, new defensive voice. It'd be big for them to go ahead and get that in there. I would hope so. Stephen Jones also mentioned about Tyler Smith's versatility. So this was a lot of question mark that we was asking. If Tyron doesn't come back, do you move Tyler Smith to the outside? Nick Harris explains Jones was asked about if Tyler Smith is cemented at left guard moving forward, and he compared the journey of Tyler Smith is one with former perennial All-Pro Larry Allen, with the flexibility that he offered the Cowboys when he bounced back and forth from guard to tackle. That Stephen Jones, he's saying, that remains to be seen. It's starting to feel like a Larry Allen all over again. The great thing about Tyler is his versatility. He could be a great left tackle too. At the end of the day, when we're through massaging it all out, they will have a good spot for him. His versatility certainly brings options as we look at this team going forward. So they want to keep Tyler, but it sounds like they want to keep Tyron Smith as long as he's serviceable. And then after that, they're going to move Tyler Smith to tackle. I think that's what's going to happen. Now, if he's still going to be strong enough, I think you still need you need the strong play within your guards. And I think that's something that the Cowboys, having Zach Martin along with Tyler Smith, that's gonna benefit them good. But as you look at it, Tyron basically, until he says otherwise, until he show us he can't play no more, he'll be on the Cowboys roster. Which means you're gonna keep, and I think the longer and longer you keep Tyler Smith at guard, he's gonna stay guard. That's what I do believe. Now, he did talk about Leighton Vander Esch today. My bad. He did talk about Leighton Vander Esch today. Now, Nick Harris says it seems as though a decision on Leighton Vander Esch's future is coming soon, as Jones chose not to speak on the matter when asked about the Vander Esch, but will be addressing it. And it's an injury issue that he's getting his hands around. And we all know what didn't happen to Vander Esch. So this is somebody that when you draft, you know how he loves them Boise State guys. He will stick by them. But even through all injuries and everything, he's still willing to stick by his guys, especially if he drafted them, especially if they had any type of success for the Cowboys. So Tyron Smith, I'm reading through the tea leaves. He'll be back. It just depends on how much money he wants. So you're looking to keep Tyron Smith, get him for a good deal. As you know, they're trying to extend CeeDee Lamb and get ready to do Micah Parsons as well. Because also what you're going to, I keep saying down the road, what you're going to have DeRon Bland, especially if he keep playing the way he played, you're going to end up having to pay him. So they got to do a lot of massaging out this cap. As his words is, you got to massage this thing out. Have you ever had a cramp in that calf muscle? And, you got to massage that thing out. It's like a rock pebble in that thing, man. It's a pebble in that thing. You got to get it out. Man, this game with the Stars, man. I don't know if I'm going to be staying up this late to watch y'all come on. Mason Marchman, man. What's up? Good to see you back, as he did take a puck off the face. That was, whew. I'm surprised he came back. But you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys. That gives you a kind of idea. Tyron will come back. I have a big feeling that Jordan Lewis will come back. They will want to try to keep Jordan Lewis. I think they'll try to keep Jordan Lewis. I think they will let Tyler Biadasz walk. Fowler. Jamie Ben. Fowler, we know we're gonna get Jonathan Hankins, Tyron Smith, Jordan Lewis. Pollard, I think he's gone just because I don't think it's too much. I don't know what more. I think they're gonna just change the whole running back room. Cap boy gonna be cheap and just feel he can draft whoever. And I'm in total agreement with you right there. And we made this discussion yesterday. He retires. What do you replace him with? You need to go ahead and put Micah back there. Go ahead and put Michael, Sam Williams, somebody back there. Put a true linebacker back there, and it can work out. It can work out. Saying the team will look a lot different next year. I know the running back room will be totally different next year. I don't think you're gonna see your top rushing production come back. It's gonna be a total different room. So that means you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna draft the running back, and they're most likely gonna pick up one in free agency. Or they'll try to get one in what is it? One of them undrafted free agents, one of the two, some stuff like that. So, yeah, man, Cap boy gonna be Cap boy, and y'all know it. Yeah, Fowler doesn't fit. That's what I'm saying. So you look forward for him to be gone, basically. It's still too much to say what could really happen right now, but we're keeping Tyron Smith. Y'all can already book that. Dak Prescott, I'm here to tell y'all right now, he will be your quarterback for the foreseeable remaining future. So all my people who don't like Dak, all my Cowboy Nation who don't like Dak, go ahead and look at it, man. Unless they totally bomb out this season, he's going to be your Cowboys quarterback for the foreseeable future. And I'm not really too mad at that. A lot of people are. I'm not one of them. You said Derrick Henry would be nice? Shit. How much Derrick Henry going to cost? Derrick Henry is going to be some snaps on the Petro. It's going to cost you some chips for sure. I don't unless you can get him for the right price. If you're the Cowboys, it don't hurt to ask. It don't hurt to ask, even though you know you're not going to pay no money. It don't hurt to ask because you just never know. You never know. And what you say about Overshown? You think he'd be put at messing with Mike Zimmer? Yeah. See, Dan Quinn would have been cool, but that might not be the case. That might not be the case right there. Also, we know we got the combine coming up Thursday. We do got the combine coming up Thursday for sure. We'll have some talks and go over some play. It's gonna be tough for me tomorrow. I've been putting in the extra hours. I won't get to the crib close to about 8 o'clock. That's why these lives have been going more around 9:30ish. But I mean, the Mavs do play tomorrow. It'll be an early game, but I also got my podcast on Heart of Texas Sports with IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. Make sure you check it out on the speaker app. From 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, we go up on DFW Sports just the same way we do here. I'll be doing that, and I'm thinking about I'll probably do something. It'll probably be just probably about 20 to 30 minutes about some of the players that the Cowboys are probably looking at. I'm looking at reading some and doing some investigating right now, doing some research and seeing who they got their eyes on, what they're officially looking at and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see. As we know, Thursday is everything what the Dallas Cowboys want to look at because it's defensive linemen and linebackers. And then Friday is the defensive backs. And then Saturday, as you have your time, you get the quarterbacks, running backs, and receivers. And then it ends with the offensive linemen. So we'll have, I'm going to stay dug into it. I'll be bringing some stuff up. He said Stephen will fuck. There's no faith in Stephen Jones. Oh, man. Hey, maybe things can change. He might pull something out. He might pull a rabbit out of his hat. You never know. You never know, man. Hold out hope. But I'm going to try to do a double feature tomorrow after I come off that show. So we'll probably be looking to do a show. It all depend on the queen if she let me. But it'll be a late episode, but I ain't going to try to stay that late. We'll just give quick combine reviews, do something like that, previews, and see how it goes after that. And probably we'll probably talk each night except probably Friday night because I'm going to have to go to work Saturday morning. So that's how it's gonna be, man. You can't stand Catboy until we win it all. Once we win it all, then I guess we have to show him his love. But he's kind of tight to the vest right now. But it's some more things that's going on in the Cowboys spot. But we're gonna do a lot of research tonight about what's going on. Everybody's already talked about it, man. This is, looking at more. We know that Dak Prescott is basically going to be your Cowboys quarterback going forward. Everybody is now starting to talk about it. What I'm reading now on more articles is that Stephen Jones is our whole thing with Dak is him being a Cowboy. That's on our mind. So we all know if they can't get an extension done, everybody's saying the same thing. There's ways to get around that. So we're on top of the story. You done really got top breaking of the story today, man, of Stephen Jones coming out saying that Dak Prescott, they are looking to extend him and make them the face of the foreseeable future. So you'll probably hear a lot about that, talk about tomorrow on the sports media, but tomorrow we're going to go ahead and step into, what the Dallas Cowboys are looking forward to in this combine, what they're looking at. They talked a little bit about Dan Quinn today and what he did. Or Dan Quinn speaks on his time in Dallas. I really don't want to even talk about it. Never mind. That'll be something I'll read, but I ain't going to read to y'all. As my man, Mr. Cowboy, as you are in Washington territory, DC territory, I should say, I'm pretty sure it's going to come out in their media about his time coming up. But tomorrow, like I said, probably catch me around 10:15-ish because the show will end at 10 for Heart of Texas. And I'll probably take me a quick break, jump back in, and we'll go ahead and go over list and looks of what the Cowboys could be looking at. So just make sure y'all stay tuned in. Oh, man, I'm an operations lead, man. So what I do is a lot of, hazmat shipping, a lot of logistics, shipping side, and then it's a lot of reverse logistics on top of that. So it's a lot of, doing a lot of international shipments and all that type stuff. But it's warehouse work on top of that. But he lead of operations in there. So that's what I do, and that's what I'm earning extra hours for. So no Cowboys media here. You know what? Sooner or later, I'm reaching forward to trying to get some of them dudes on here. It just takes about building relationships, and I just got to get my ass to the Star as well. He get to the Star, he'll be able to rub elbows with them because they're at the headquarters over there. So it's always good to rub elbows with them type of people. That's something that I'm working on. Hopefully the message gets spread out good enough, you know what I'm saying, about this channel, and then maybe, they be able to really, fucks with your boy the harder way. So we looking forward to try to expand that and do all that. But tomorrow we'll have some more news coming here on the Dallas Cowboys. And like I said, I'm going to keep it strictly on the combine and the prospects that's going on unless major news breaks. But you'll be hearing through the outlet that basically Stephen Jones is basically saying agreeing to having Dak Prescott being the future of the Dallas Cowboys at the quarterback position. So that is that. That is that. Appreciate it, Mr. Cowboy, for tuning in, man. All is gravy, man. Catch you tomorrow, man. It'll be a late one, but we'll do a quick one before the combine starts. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll do a little live combine look as well. So come join the show tomorrow and the rest of the week, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Ulysses Guap, appreciate you for tuning in, catching in some of that Mavs feed. That was a heartbreaker, man. It was a classic, but a heartbreaker. Let's hope the Mavs can bounce back tomorrow, as we will be, we'll talk about them as well before we do a little combine talk. But appreciate you for joining in as well. Big bro, appreciate you for chiming in as well. I'll talk to you another time. We'll get the combine rolling. And y'all already know where they are at. The Stars right now, they are in disarray right now. But they still got a lot of life left in them, but it don't look too good for them as they're down 5-1 going into the third period. Looks like they're on their way. Unless a miracle happens, they will be basically 1-6 out of their last 7. So bad night for Dallas sports, although the Rangers did win in Cactus League 10-3 over the Diamondbacks. So silver lining right there, as they are 3-1 in this Cactus League so far in spring training. So that's what we got for y'all right now. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow on the Battlegrounds of Sports Talk. This is DFW Sports Raps. Y'all know what it is. I'm the one-man force, the eyes and flavor of DFW Sports. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's go up on DFW Sports. And make sure you do everything with love, because you already know what it is, because love always wins. That's the law. I'll holla at y'all on the playback.